Hello everyone! It is match day number 3 and we have the first of the two deciders here in Group A with Hungary versus Russia. With me here today is the Wildebeest, Mr. Wildescars himself. The cause of me just mixing up Wildescars with Wildebeest and vice versa. Welcome, man. We've been here a lot in the last Nations Cup, and good to have you back here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great and glad to be here. Always excited to have some fun, watch some cards, and just overall have a great time.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And today with a really great match here, Russia kind of I think for me personally, one of the nations that surprised the most with two very dominant matches so far. And today, I think they brought themselves into a situation. Let's take a look at the standings here, where they could even lose to Hungary. I think if they lose 2-3, they would still make it to the semifinals. Second place, but still advancing to the next round. And that would leave China just without a chance for tomorrow here. But yeah, if Russia wins, they're obviously also in the next round, and Hungary just has to rely on Ukraine. So a lot can happen here. I mean, Ukraine is out for this year, but with the first three teams, anything can happen here. And we'll just see if Russia just continues to show some really dominant matches here, or if, yeah, Hungary can just fight back. They just also did a very awesome match last week and just kept themselves in the tournament here.
Not totally. And then like as you mentioned before, Russia is pretty much guaranteed. So, question is gonna be if they're gonna want to secure that #1 spot or maybe goof off a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
It's always a possibility.
could be a good way to just try out new stuff, look how it works. Just maybe also just hide your strong decks a little bit and just use this for a little bit of tryout. But as I said, there is a risk if you get 3-0 here that you just, and China wins tomorrow, that you're out. So it is a little bit of a,
Risk.
a little bit of a risk to just go full meme here. But I think both teams are really well prepared and want to show their best. Starting with a pauper format, only limited and standard cards are allowed. The first match will be Gato for Team Russia versus Tasm. So kind of a show of two of the strongest players in their teams, and also players that they are kind of played a leading role so far for their team. So definitely a big starting match here for both, and can't wait to see what both are bringing this time. Just give the players the signal that we can go whenever they want.
Perfect. Let's get this show started. Now, we've seen in pauper format huge dominance on like these big units, because normally you can't get away with it in regular format. They just get removed by orders. So like maybe like we see a lot of I forgot the name, the 5/6 from British. See a lot of that.
Lancashire Fusiliers.
Fusiliers. I remembered Fusiliers. I couldn't remember the first word.
So yeah, I mean, we saw this a lot, but we also saw a lot of counters to this in the past. Like players are just expecting this deck. Like J King brought it twice and was just hard counted 2 times. I think when players are just expecting this, there are good ways to play around it. And we are going into match number 1 here. Looks like Gato is bringing this Soviet list that is usually a counter to this British US list. But looks like Tasm is bringing something different here. Let me just find the video ninja from Gato so we can also see what is in Gato's hand here.
Let's see here. It looks like a really strong frontline deck. Usually we see this with US Nation, but this time it's some sort of Germany frontline.
Gato with the tokens.
Ooh.
But not with the greatest starting hand yet.
Not what you want to see when you see tokens. Tokens can be very strong. Usually the counter to tokens is orders that are able to clear the board, but again, no... I guess there's not really too many strong orders that are above special, or I mean above a limited, so... Let's see how they continue here. Moving up the front line, this Panzer 1 getting the hit in, activating its veteran effect.
Enemy at the gates could be strong here, but a lot of these tanks here from Tasm have 3 health. That's a good way to get at least rid of this, plus still have a unit on board.
Perfect, and wasting no time getting that second Panzer II up there. Clearing out the token, the traditional way of dealing with tokens. Gato still draws a Red Dawn, able to take care of maybe just one tank with that. But if Atesm keeps popping these tanks down, he's gonna have a hard time. And here we see a Unity of Strength. Not the most ideal way to use them, you know, having forced to just use them in a defensive position. And now Gato's already down to 3 cards.
Yeah, they're not even great here, and the bounce comes in huge with the half track. Leaving him with a 1-1. Not looking that great. I mean, Dawn Operation. No, is it? Yeah. What is that?
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, exactly. A good way to get rid of a big unit, kind of, but the reserve's definitely helping here. Are you feeling Gato's hand?
And now, I wonder if Gato's gonna wanna get rid of this artillery because, you know, one attack is just enough to take care of these tokens at no cost to Atesm. So he might either wait for a sickle or just decide to pop the Red Dawn on it. And I mean, Atesm just got a bit of everything in his hand. He's got draw, got buffs, got blitz, and those 5th Rangers. That is a very big unit. 4/4, very hard to deal with when you're using tokens.
But also just go enemy at the gates and clear the board. Or is he just going to clear the artillery and then play triple tokens?
See the Red Dawn. Oh, but on the half track. Okay. I expect to see a 5th Rangers here, just and then take out the token with the artillery. What other lines?
Unfortunately, this puck is only having 1 attack, so it's not really killing that token.
Oh,
I mean, I see. You want to attack with the 5th Rangers into that. I see what the line was there. Yeah. Berg's
I totally forgot this 2/2 had blitz. Wonderful.
This gets +1 attack for each tank in the same line. So it would be a 3-1 next turn.
I get it confused with the 2/2 that gets +2/+2 when the countermeasure activates.
Yeah, they're looking similar, right? They have similar art.
But let's see here. Gato drawing a 530 motors, able to give all of his light infantry a buff right now. So he's going to get board presence at least.
That looks pretty good. Still holding back enemy at the gates here. Probably just to, yeah, clear the board for the opponent, but also just give you your own units +2 attack. That's maybe the plan here, to play the frontal assault, and then with enemy at the gates, you suddenly have 5 attack tokens.
No, definitely. That would be a very strong play, and especially with that buff coming in next turn. It's gonna make it very difficult for Atesm to deal with them. Wants to trade some of the tokens. Here we see the first joint operation and the second. Ooh, this is putting Gato at a very uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, I expect just the enemy at the gates here, the full board wipe, and then, yeah. Tasm has way more value in hand right now with the 5th Rangers, another draw tool with 30.
Ancestry Call, I believe that's what that card is. It's my first time seeing it.
Yeah, unfortunately not really doing a lot here.
It's gonna buff the single token, but...
And now he goes enemy at the gates, clears the board.
Okay, pretty strong front line, but Atesm able to deal with at least the guard. Draws a card with the 38T. Smart, always want to draw first, given the opportunity. Another combined arms. And here comes the 5th Rangers.
Yeah, knowing that your opponent is down to 1 card in hand, now 2, and you have stuff like another 38T, I think you can easily sacrifice 1/5 Rangers into this one here, but this 5/4 is still huge.
I mean, it's technically 4 turns away from lethal. That's 20 damage in 4 turns. Granted, you know, who would leave a token alive for 4 turns? Let's go and face a Vespe.
Yeah, we see artillery units being really dominant in this format. Even
definitely
more
this
in
one and
pure
in
war,
pure war.
but in this one it's also pretty strong and proper. Especially Vesper, when you have a lot of tanks in the deck. And look at this.
This double combined arms taking it out, and Gato having 0 units in his hand.
Not even sure what he can find here.
Not even, I don't.
Ooh,
Here's a hammer.
there's a good start.
What do you take out the Vesp or the 6-2 here? Panzer 38T. Oh, he's gonna go for the draw first from We Can Do It. Ooh, 1 credit off from playing No Surrender. Could still whip out the hammer. That is definitely a tough one. I think the Vesp would be the better choice here, as artillery had really good counters for. See it.
Ooh.
Another combines arm.
Oh, this heavy armor pincer could be annoying here. Because all these tokens only having 1 attack. Holding it back.
Okay, and that.
Oh, 1 credit off from No Surrender Ancestral Call. Oh my god. Huge. What is the card text on that card again? Is it +1 for each other unit in the same line?
That's what I remember. But I do not. I'm not kidding when I say it's the first time I've ever seen this card.
You could go a little bit greedy here and maybe only take out the 2/6 to keep yourself alive and wait with the other trades. I mean, you can't kill the Stuk anyways, so I think you just back here, maybe a little bit risky case of a not Commonwealth Blitzkrieg.
And there we go. We've seen it. Panzer 3J. That's a throwback to the early card days. But Gato, he needs some sort of draw, and you know, I'm not. Soviets already struggle with their draw. You could have 5-year plan or buy the sword. Oh, but no, 5-year plan is a special. Never mind. And also buy the sword. So
yeah, also Industrial
boy.
Might. So tokens are kind of a risky attempt here without good draw turrets. Like as you said, 5-year plan is not accessible, and also, yeah, like Industrial Might, which is pretty popular in tokens, is not accessible. Oh my god. What a top deck.
Here we go.
Attack
We're
first.
gonna see it.
Attack with the token first.
So you can get the full value. It's 0 cost to operate. Oh, I mean, he's thinking about it. Oh, unfortunately, we're not gonna see it.
I mean, doesn't make too much of a difference here, because they get...
Doesn't kill, and there we go. +4.
Now with an empty hand here, Asm finds a Panzer 1B.
Now he can wipe the board, but now both players I think are going to be... Well, Etism has the slightly better hand due to just having cards in general in his hand. Gato's not entirely in the worst position ever. Let's see here, lesser of 2 evils. That 2 options you'd like to keep, most definitely. I think your motors.
For the guard here.
And I wonder if he's going to hold it back just for maybe 1 turn. Oh, nope, does not want to take any damage whatsoever.
Yeah, you also don't want to give your opponent another Panzer 1B, probably, so...
That is true.
Combined arms is really helping out for Asm here.
This is the 3rd combined arms we're going to see. He's gotten access to pretty much all of them. He might be running the 4th, or... This is a standard, right?
It's a standard, yeah.
So yeah, he could have all 4. So there's that. Guaranteeing the Panzer 1 hits.
Oh,
And
yeah.
deep operation. That's
I would
now
love to
since he's
see him
in Max.
holding back the tokens now. Yeah, he's even holding the whole card
Yeah.
back. That makes sense. Not getting you anywhere when he could have played it. But he's just hiding it. He has 12 credits. I think with 2 cards, they're not any too expensive combos here.
Freeze.
Oh, but this Vespa is annoying now.
And I believe that's lethal. Once if Gato doesn't find a way to take care of this. And that is not what you want to see.
At
Can
least he
take out
can get
one
rid
of
of.
them.
He keeps himself alive here, but the rally also gives +1 to units, right? So with a rally, it should be lethal, even if he clears one of the 2/2s.
Definitely. Ooh, just unfortunate draws for Gato. He was able to save himself a few times, but it just wasn't enough to take care of this onslaught of tanks and artilleries. Cool. And a California.
Ooh, that's a really strong tool here against Gado. Knowing that Gado already played 2 hammers and 1 red thorn.
He's yeah. And now I believe he's 1 off lethal, so I believe that's why he's not gonna go for the going face just yet, but you know, almost doesn't matter. This Panzer one keep printing, providing the little card draw, you know, but it's just enough to wall out Gata. And
And
the last top deck reserves.
that is not helping at all. We have a game 1 going to Hungary here. Not even playing the rally, keeping it secret.
Not letting his opponent.
Where are your reinforcements? They are delayed.
Quite fitting email, and here we have game 1 going to Hungary in the proper format. Why again? I feel like it was mainly just draws, which is unfortunate when playing some of these decks that you just are hard relying on getting the cards you need at the right time. Otherwise, you just kind of get washed out.
Yeah, I mean, this token deck can be strong in the early game, but as we saw, if you run out of draw, it can be really hard to come back. Okay, next up in the Legacy format, we will have Emperor versus Casti, I guess? Yes, Emperor versus Casti.
Now, this, in my opinion, is the most fun format to watch because they balance the game around having these cards out of the game, but then given all the freedom and all hell is unleashed.
Yeah, we just saw Brit Air kind of struggling at the beginning of Nations Cup, but then players figured out that Japan might be the better ally. And we just saw some really close matches, like both players on 1 HP and stuff like that. So it's just, and we just see why some of those cards rotated out, like the Empire Strikes, for example.
Absolutely.
It's just too strong to see this in action. Okay, let me. I'm a little bit lost at the moment. Wait, do we have Emperor for Russia against Casti?
Let's see here. Next up, you just waiting on them.
Okay, both players.
They're just waiting for battle code, it seems. Yes.
Okay, then let me
Cool.
prepare everything on my end here, and then this time we will not have an hand from Emperor here, since last time they shared a screen, their whole PC crashed, so
Oh, I do remember that.
we don't want to do this again, so we kind of accept that they do not screen share here. Correct?
We'll get to play the fun POV of guessing what's in the opponent's hand.
Wow,
And
they're
here they are.
really fast with the matches. Nice.
We have Brit, which I'm gonna assume is air, versus Japan, and maybe that Japan is also Brit air.
Or I think it's just Jagro. We just saw Jagro also being really good in this format. Like Feigned Retreat is back, and it just shows another good
HMS
example of a card
and
that we're happy to have out of the game.
Shinano. That's the one. Shinano and Desperate Measures. Having access to both really gives Jagro just that board wipe if things don't go right way, or it just helps them continue to dominate. Unfortunately, though, we have a bomber here immediately, and if Emperor doesn't find a way soon to take care of these, he's just not gonna be able to place anything down. Nothing's gonna stick. Scouting party.
Okay, maybe
Solid
no
draw.
Jagro.
Interesting. Maybe it could be, let's see here, Pin.
Yeah, or Germany, not Germany, Japan, US,
Like,
Bolster maybe? This is
closer,
also...
like OTK.
Like
But
US has
alrighty
good
then.
tools against Aichis, for example, if you expect just Japan as an ally or main nation here. Patrol is a really good way to get rid of those.
Ooh, we see a Dragon Slayer come out stopping these bombers. And Casty running, I can assume, he's
Ooh.
also running both Carpet Bombing and the Empire Strikes. So, a lot of AoE.
Air superiority found here, but the Sonya will take care of the Dragon Slayer.
Oops. Okay, there we go.
Continue to smack down the face here. 14 HP on Emperor's Held already.
And Emperor not really any closer to like dealing with these air units. Second scouting party. Oh, Soviet, okay.
That's a lot of draw. But also interesting to see that Casty plays Carpet Bombing in Brit Air. Why would that be?
Not the worst option ever. Some, especially if you don't have a way of like getting your bombers and getting that up. It is definitely the preferred option. When I play Brit Air, I run only one copy of Carpet Bombing just because sometimes, very rare, that Empire Strikes can be a bit inconsistent. And okay, we have Cassie getting some draw, just continuing to punch face. There's not really any threat to him, so. And you know, a board full of recons, not really accomplishing much. Getting them all to the front line, but that's 4 of your credits. And another recon.
What is this?
No shortage of draw, that's for sure.
Oh, wait,
and
that's
that is
lethal?
deadly.
That's yeah, that's another really fast match here. What was that deck?
11, it's exactly.
Full Recon deck.
Or just outdraw your opponents, I
But you
guess.
can
Wow.
have all the intel in the world. If your opponent is having 3 airplanes on board and finds a naval supply run, can't do anything.
Hey, I don't care you know have these airplanes, I'm gonna hit face with them.
And now we're getting into a very dangerous situation here for Russia already. If Hungary gets the 3-0 here, then they make it happen or make it possible that China gets a good chance to advance to the semifinals with a win tomorrow. But we're not there yet. We will have another match Stanislav versus Tripipit in the pure war format.
Ooh.
Was really fast.
Yeah. That was like turn 6, turn 7, I believe. Now that we go to Pure War, this is the one where players I feel like can be a little greedy because they don't have to worry about orders. True Pipet. Up and Hungo, ready to go. Now this, I feel like this has been one of the most inconsistent formats in terms of what players bring for their decks. We've seen I feel like it's the most variety.
Yeah, we just saw stuff like artillery really being strong, but also just who's going first is a really strong deciding factor of who's winning the match. If you can bring down early artillery and then your opponent is not having good blitz answers, it's really hard to come back. But we'll see what's happening here.
We'll see. And then we also, since it's just no orders, countermeasures play a huge part of this. Getting right into it, and we see Trip Pepe running these big, hard to deal with units that when no orders are involved, like this Goshikaisen. definitely really hard to deal with without orders. Can just continue to trade into units, not receiving any damage. And I feel like for that reason alone, Tree Pippin might keep it. Looks like he's really thinking on this mulligan. Stanislav has picked his hand, and here we go. We see the Type 42, was it? This 3/3 with smokescreen. Just such a dominant card in this format.
Oh, Type 94. It's a good way to get orders in this format. Because with two of those surprise attacks, you can take out the unit. Unfortunately, Stanislav's OBS link is not working here, so we just have to play the guessing game again. What could be the deck and what they might play. Oh, Aichi is pretty good in this format. Looks like another like smokescreen archetype, right?
It looks that way. Stanislav dropping this intel and then getting some 1/1 to all damage to all units, enemy units. Tree Pippin running a lot of guards. I'm curious if it's just guards and protect these high attack power planes and artillery, and just slam face. Cause yeah, here we see two Bryansks and we see this 1/8 here that
like
I haven't seen since my lower rank days.
Even in standard format, a guarded artillery is really annoying, but in pure war, this could become a really tough situation when you cannot reach this artillery and it's constantly slamming down your units. So we might see this soon when this type, what is it, 40, 44, whatever, this artillery. Yeah. But there comes the first artillery here for Stanislav.
It's very ooh, mountain gun. It's just artilleries are such a dominant unit type in this format. Tree Pippin.
It's just type 94 now, Horo, okay.
Horo. Now, it looks like Tree Pippin can just slam this Type 44 down and take care of the autocannon.
Yeah, I would love to see it. With smokescreen, there are not any answers in the deck there for Stanislav to just keep it there.
Ooh. Yeah, choosing to protect both the bomber and the artillery, not really worried about face right now.
Artillery can go face anyways, and only Type 94 can really hit him. And yeah, the Aichi will not be too bad to get taken out by the autocannon, because then you get a 3/2 Aichi with smokescreen, and I think Stanislav is not wanting to do this, so an Aichi is a really annoying card here with spawning Aichi having smokescreen. And
absolutely.
what can Stanislav do here?
No, I've yet to figure out what Stanislav's really going for here. I see 3 units on the board and neither of them give me an answer. What? I mean, yeah. Can we see that intel card? Or it's just a sudden attack?
Yeah, it's just the surprise attack, yeah.
A surprise attack. Given
situation here. Oh, that is strong. Insert artillery. Need to chip away on the guard there, but now the Horo might come into action here.
What the autocannon attack? Did it go face?
Yes, from the deployment from the 101st, and then it attacked the guard.
Gotcha, that's what it did.
Yeah, the kind of confusing animations sometimes.
I thought, where did the HQ get heavy armor? But yes, you are absolutely correct. And now Tree Pippin is starting to wipe the board here, leaving only the infantry in the support line, which are essentially doing nothing at the moment.
Thinking if he trades into Type 94 or just brings down another Bryansk, deciding to go for the attack here, wasting 1 credit.
Which sometimes, wasting the credit is better. I mean, there's not really good reason for dropping the Bryansk right now, as he's not under any threat. Leaves that support line space open.
exactly.
I see Nashub coming out, but with no orders or just no way of like really getting damaged. And now we see an Akita regiment coming down. Is this like some sort of like aggro mid-range hybrid?
And this was an interesting choice to play the Nashop here over pushing the Akita to the front line. Because this Nashop just provided no value this turn.
Ooh, actually, yeah, he's not gonna want to trade with this 2-1 quite yet, because that 1 damage to all will not give him the 3-2 IG, but if he puts... Yeah, no, it's guarded. Yeah. If he puts this guard down, he's clogging up his space and he won't get it, but maybe he just... Tree Pipit just doesn't care at this point. Oh wait, no. It gets destroyed and it gets replaced immediately.
Yeah, it replaces itself, but not on when it's done on his turn. If it would die this turn, you don't get the 3-2. So this thing has to die on on Stanislav's turn to get the IG, the A3-2 variant. But yeah, this wall of guards, and I think the whole row will just farm down anything here that is coming into Pipit's direction. Stanislav needs to find tools here. And attack into the 1-3 guard there, take out this one, and then IG well. Oh yeah, that is a good one, because this will pin the IG.
There we go. Comes it, gets pinned. But still no real answer for this whole row. Ooh, just has to take it out. Ooh, I didn't think of that play. That's very interesting.
Juicy combo here, and now this whole row is also in range of that Akita regiment.
But Tree Pipit getting a second whole row.
Also a handful of value. You could just go KV1 next to the Brianx, and then stuff is having big issues here.
No, Stanislav might not even live to see the potential turn 10 Leopold turn.
Not even guarding it up.
And he says, I'm not afraid. This thing having heavy armor 1, and Stanislav just... all his units have had a relatively low attack, so... what could he possibly have right here? Because again, we've seen a lot of these aggro units, but certainly not a lot of them. Just a few here and there.
Yeah, and also with Japan ally and not US ally, you don't have access to stuff like Hellcat, and the Sendai regiment could remove it even if it's guarded. So it kind of makes sense to protect your HQ here a little bit and just play the KV1 on the leftmost spot.
Then a little bit of an... ooh, and Hummel.
Hummel really doing work here. Oh, Pelyakov could have denied the Hummel, but
A little bit late there, but...
you sure pretty good answer here to the Hummel. Might also just see Goshikisen coming down here. Oh no, not enough credits. Then we might see another whole row.
Just 2 whole rows.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas, right? So ho row. Ho ho ho.
Ho, ho.
Ho ho row.
Here it comes. And then it's crazy, this first Horo has been here since turn 4 when it first was dropped.
Yeah, that's just strength of artillery in this format, and we just see again the player that goes first, who brings down the first artillery, has a huge advantage. I mean, obviously Stanislav was the first one who brought an artillery, right? With the autocannon.
Correct.
But could not really utilize it well into these smoke screen units.
Just nothing that could have been done here. Oh, no, it's just not looking both hand size and board for Stanislav, and I correct. Oh, okay, 2 pins attacking into it.
Oh my god,
Ooh,
the field
goodness.
gun. Oh my
Fury.
I'm Hungary really going on these artilleries here.
Now, since his board is clogged up, the only thing Tree Pipit can really do is just choose one of these units to die.
You take out here. Suze is really annoying.
I would personally go Spooz because again, much like artillery, can attack anything without getting anything back. You don't take out this Akita.
Yeah, I mean, you can make space in your support line. Kinda
Okay.
be kinda helpful. Not guarding up the artilleries might be risky, but I think you values the KV1 a little bit more than the Horos. Okay.
This definitely.
I mean, he has 8 credits left, right? Playing a Bryansky feels a little bit.
Oh, but does he
Wait,
do
this is
this with
pin.
the available to win? Oh, okay, interesting. Maybe just does not want the Suse getting any hits, but
now he keeps both artilleries really open here, and they can both be taken out.
correct. This
Goshi
is
Kisen is just pinned. Wow, that was an interesting. Sure, I see that you don't want to waste 6 credits here with just playing Bryansk, but artilleries are so essential in this format.
and we start seeing the draw here with the martyr. But yeah, as you mentioned, just giving up both your artilleries this turn.
Huh. That's interesting. I mean, next turn you can just go Pelyakov KV1. I don't see too many answers there. That will also just shut down a potential Leopold on turn 10.
That would be such a hard counter for Leopold, especially when you're essentially Stanislav has been playing catch up and he is starting to catch up, but to have all that momentum shut down.
There's still some way to go here, but slowly but surely with this martyr, you might just crawl back into this game, and this BM13 is just nuts here.
Ooh, no orders. So correct me if I'm wrong. Unless you're like a lucky Akita prop, there's like almost no way of getting rid of it because it's just gonna retreat every time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could play Suse into surprise attack maybe, but as you said, there are not too many answers against this. And there comes the Pelyakov to shut down any further deployment effects.
Realizing it's turn 10 and just does not want no business with that Leopold. And I mean, I guess the real question is, does Stanislav have it in hand at this moment? Let's see here, what did he top deck? Ooh, just such an awkward board for Stanislav. Everything's protected. Doesn't even have to worry.
Yeah, like the Pelyakov cannot be taken out. This Goshikisen is just protecting against bombers. This BM can't be attacked because it's just disappearing from the board. How do you deal with this? Now deployment effects.
Another recon revealing the mountain gun that's been in Tree Pipit's hand almost the entire game. Let's see. Another cavalry. But just with all this artillery, he's really, yep, there it is. Gets rid of it, at least forcing Tree Pipit having to redeploy it, but that's not really doing much. And another guard in form of armored train. And yeah, here we see, starts trading.
Trades here, not taking any damage back. So this Goshikisen kind of acts like a bomber here, but without the fact that it's being stopped from other fighters.
Also can't bypass guards. Ooh.
Yeah, as long as Tree Pipit is utilizing his Goshikisen here and his artilleries, his bombers, I don't see how Stanislav comes back here with his deployment effects being shut down. Even if he finds Type 94 now, he's not getting the surprise attack out of it. So pretty tough here to stare at this board. I can't say anything. Sendai Regiment cannot remove anything.
And unless I believe he still has the one surprise attack from earlier, so he might be able to play another
Might be correct. He still has that one.
Can we see it? No.
Do not see it. think he did not.
Yeah.
Huh? But how do you?
Or
Yeah.
did he use it on the Vilberwind? Oh no, the Aichi. Sorry, the Aichi.
Oh yeah,
That was,
yeah. He
yeah.
played the
But
Sousa
he
and
did use
played
it
it on
on
that
that.
one. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Schützen.
Terrible. But it's just getting eaten by the Goshiki-san.
Like it's nothing.
And he's forced to that play, but
Don't
don't
wanna
love to see
speak
it.
too soon, but it's just looking like it's gonna be a 3-0 today. It's just there's Petlyakov stopping all forms of deployment effects, and the one comeback mechanic being Leopold. Just, I mean, what can Stanislav what can he play here? Everything's just getting eaten up.
Protecting the Pelyakov against Comet is pretty good here, because you don't really want to move the Bryansk and then just find yourself in an open bomber area that can be easily taken out by the Comet, but now just shuts that one down as well. Nebelwerfer not getting the deployment effect there.
Oh, just Sendai. Just
So easier for 3-Pippa to just trade out the board and then increase the lead turn by turn.
now.
Just said, we might just see a really, really fast dominant 3-0 from Team Hungary here.
I think, yes, you'd want to start going face at this point with the Goshisen. That sets up to turn lethal. I mean, now the curiosity is killing me. Does he have the Leopold in hand and just is unable to use it? Oh, and the
And he
surrender.
surrenders. No other
Wow.
options here.
Swift 3-0 from Hungary. Not what Russia wanted to see.
No, after two very dominant matches here. Defeating Shiner and defeating Ukraine. And now finding themselves in a really tough spot here. Let me update the score. And then we can
take
a look
here.
at this. And it's just happened exactly what I was afraid of in the beginning of this match. Oh no, this was wrong.
China has a chance now.
Now China suddenly has a chance to advance. Here.
Yes. Just great performance from Team Hungary overall this Nations Cup so far.
Yeah, struggled a little bit in the first match, but came back really, really strong here. And now I think if I did not do an oopsie here, this should be current standings. Hungary now in front. 8 rounds won, 3 lost. And yeah, just look at this. If China needs to win with a 2-point advantage here. Oh no, they actually still need to win
3-0.
3-0, no. Yeah. Because it's wins, and then they have 2 wins, and the next decider here is rounds lost. So if they lose one more round, they have lost more rounds than Russia did. So they need to 3-0 Ukraine. Otherwise, they're out. So another really intense match coming here tomorrow. Can China do the 3-0? Or can they not? It will definitely be really, really exciting. I think tomorrow we will start 2 hours earlier than today, because in China it's obviously late at night at this time, and both teams agreed to start earlier.
That's good.
So we will have our first 2 semi-finalists tomorrow at this time, and I can't wait to see which 2 nations it will be. Thank you for.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, any
any
words on that one?
No, just totally love seeing these like comeback stories. Just, Russia dominating the group, and now they have a potential of not making it.
I mean, I even talked Russia last week into semifinals already, right? I said, oh, they're already through, and now there's a chance they're not there. So that feels really, really surprising. But anything can happen here. That we just proved this one. And it's just another fun part of that Nations Cup. And I can't wait to see what's happening tomorrow. As I said 2 hours earlier, thank you for being here, Mr. Wilscars. Hope to see you in another one. Hope to see you guys as well. Have fun and luck on the battlefield, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.